Hey, it's Michael from Church Fuel, and I'm sitting at my home office, and I just wanted to shoot a quick video for you on my computer to tell you a little bit about why we created the Volunteer Action Guide. And we called it an action guide because it's got some coaching and it's got some ideas in it, but really the real reason behind it is to help you take action. And this particular action guide is all about getting more volunteers to show up, more volunteers recruited, more volunteers serving in the right place. And we talk about two things in the coaching and also the resources. See, when I was a pastor, I used to have staff and different people. They would come up and they would say, "We need you to help us find more nursery workers, or can you help us find more, volunteers in this area, or we need more greeters." And it's almost like I've felt the weight of recruiting volunteers for all these different ministries, and it was a lot of burden. I mean, being a senior pastor is tough enough, but it's a lot tougher if you're the primary recruiter for all the volunteers in your church. And the reason I was bearing all this weight is because we didn't have a system by which our staff and key leaders were rubbing shoulders with people and recruiting people on their own. It was top down because that was a system that I just allowed in the church. And so we created and implemented some strategies and some things that we teach in this action guide to actually help all your ministries, departments, and other staff do their own volunteer recruitment. And it can happen all year long, and it can happen without your involvement. You can kind of cut down on the people coming to you saying, "Pastor, we need you to preach on this," or "Pastor, we need you to do this." And once we got some systems in place around recruiting volunteers, I mean, it took a lot of the pressure off. The other thing that we learn, and we teach this in this guide, is how to maximize those times that you do preach on volunteers. What happens the few weeks before, the few weeks after, to schedule those and maximize those times so that you can recruit a bunch of volunteers, dozens and dozens and dozens of volunteers at one time on one Sunday. And so preaching about it by itself isn't going to work, but if you do the things we talk about in the guide, in the coaching, it'll really make that a lot more successful. So we price this in such a way that hopefully you can jump in. We offer a 30-day guarantee with all our resources. So if for some reason it doesn't work, or you don't like it, or it's not what you thought, you can get a refund. But we tried really hard to make it practical, to make it useful. You get coaching, but you also get some resources and some implementation help as well. And so if you're interested, if you're thinking about, hey, we need to get better at recruiting volunteers, I believe this will help. It'll help you recruit all year long, but it'll also help you maximize those bursts of energy when you just need volunteers and need them quick. So you've checked it out. Check it out again, and jump in, come on in, and grab the action guide.